Hi everyone, this is Mike Gordon, and this is the final episode of my perfect playthrough of Lasorda baseball. We are heading to the World Series. We are taking on the Detroit Tigers. Let's get this show on a roll. Sorry for taking as long as it has to upload this part, but this final episode. But the Detroit Tigers have not been giving me much to work off. Well, they kept finding ways to just screw me over and over again, so I had to keep starting over.
First baseman.
Starting all over again. For example, the first two teams I barely scored any points at all. See? I was not really ever able to end. Yep. It's just like that.
Third baseman.
They get on base super easily, but I can't.
Shortstop. Out.
But that is as far as they can go here. You see? And I barely made that. So I'm actually glad I made that.
Shortstop.
And I got a man on first with 0 out, so that's good. Make a move to steal second. And I believe this is the only point scored in the entire game. Alright.
Center fielder.
Alright, once I saw the hit the ground, I decided to turn my ass around. And I got on the board. I took a chance on home, and it paid off.
First baseman.
Which is a good thing because I get fucked in the ass the rest of the way. For the rest of the game. By the way, this is a best of 7, so you're gonna see me sweep the Detroit Tigers 4 for 4. This is the only episode to be 4 episodes long. And because of that second fly ball, I'm not able to score again on this inning.
Second baseman. Out.
See?
Right fielder. Out.
I just moved up a bit.
Third baseman.
So what am I doing?
Out.
So why did it take so long for me to actually upload this onto YouTube? You know, it was just one last episode. Well, a couple of factors, including the fact that that this team was just giving me a hard time, was I basically wanted to take a bit of I wanted to slow down the production of these final couple of videos. I basically have a lot on my table I have to work with. I have to deal with. I'm honestly not sure what my future plans are for future perfect playthroughs are concerned. I'm honestly kind of debating whether to go back to Final Fantasy VI or not. I probably should, but I'm keeping my options open. I'm currently grinding in some games, even as we speak.
Shortstop. Out.
So I think the bright side with barely scoring any points is that the first 2 games are so bloody short. Actually, the third game is a little long, is a little bit on the lengthy side compared to the first two games, but it's also pretty quick. It's over and done with pretty quickly. And then game 4, I basically is the longest one. I thought that would be a home run until I saw how slow it was moving. And man, does that suck.
First baseman.
You're not really getting anything done. Like, I have some options. I have Final Fantasy VI Advance, and I have, I could continue. I'm currently grinding for a game called Super Hang-On. It's not a game that I grew up with. It's not a game that, to my knowledge, my parents ever owned on the Genesis. It's just a game that I wanted to play. And it's hard. It's really, really hard. Trying to figure out what a perfect playthrough of that game is supposed to entail. Guessing building the ultimate bike would be a part of it. Arnold Palmer Tournament Golf is on the docket. That game is actually a lot more surprisingly important. Is honestly surprisingly relevant in terms of games I grew up on.
First baseman.
Even though I only played it once as a child. And and then there's another option I'm contemplating. Because my birthday is coming up in a week or so.
Second baseman.
I would say I would say like 1 or 2 weeks. My birthday is coming up, and depending on what happens, I might actually get something. I want get a new option for a potential perfect playthrough. That's a really, really good one. I can promise you that. But I have to work out my option. But I basically have to think about my options first.
Second baseman. Out. Ball.
So you might be wondering, why don't I just swing away 3 times and just get strikeouts? It'd be faster than waiting for ball after ball after ball. And the reason why is because I'm only up by 1 point. And all it takes is for the CPU to to swing and get a home run with 1 or 2 men on base, and that is that. Gotta start over.
Third baseman. Foul. Ball.
So I don't really have much more to say, This game, this is basically the end of the line. I got quite a few perfect games. A lot more than I expected to get, I can tell you that. And I'm about to get a perfect season, which is 37-0.
First baseman. Foul.
And with the team that would ultimately be the team of the 80s, no less. The LA Dodgers.
Third baseman. Out. Left fielder. Out.
Question is, will I return to do additional sports games for LPs for perfect playthroughs? Sure, sports games are not off the docket. They're just not, for the most part, my cup of tea.
Right fielder.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm very much more into action games, platformers, and role-playing games. I'm not really that big into sports or simulations or anything like that.
Out.
I would probably get burned out on Animal Crossing
Second baseman.
after a week of playing at best.
Strike. Safe.
And you know, I finally get something going in the top of the eighth.
Second
With
baseman.
2 outs, it's not really gonna matter.
Second baseman.
I think that was only my 3rd hit of the game.
Shortstop. Out. Shortstop. Out. Shortstop. Out.
Oh yeah. These lame ass swings.
Second baseman. Out.
Ain't. Come on. At least it's short.
Ball. Second baseman. Out. Third baseman. Out.
We only have
Second baseman.
we only have 1 more out for game 1 to wrap up. And here's the end of save state number 1 right here.
Out.
1-0. Now on to game 2, and this one is only marginally better. I actually get 2 runs in this game.
Ball.
And gotta watch those wild pitches because sometimes they are curveballs. Of course I get out. Instant out.
Third baseman. Out.
And that's instant out number 2. By the way, I use different save states because of length of time. It's not just, you know, yeah, I do it at the start of every game to, when, you know, get a new recording and a save state go along with it. Mostly in case of convenience. I don't want the video to be broken up in the middle of a recording session. Just can't abide by that.
Ball.
These curveballs. These bloody wild pitches.
Second baseman.
And it's finally clear that I just can't get a handle on the pitching in this game. And I made it a 3rd, but that's as good as I'm willing to go. I probably could have hypothetically have gone for home, but
First baseman. Out.
and that's run number 1. I'm up 1-0. I get 1 more run.
Foul.
That's not it. No, I don't know why the Detroit Tigers were just giving me such a hard time. It's not like the Tigers are
Second baseman.
a good team in this game. They're actually one of the weakest teams in the game. I'm actually kind of surprised I haven't called them the Lions yet. You know, They're both feline-based teams that are based in Detroit, Michigan. Probably be easy to screw that up. I steal second. Not sure what that would accomplish at that point, other than an easier shot at the home plate. Because I have 2 outs, so all it takes is 1 out and I'm out. And that's that. See? Well, at least it pads up the number of hits I got. And,
Center fielder.
And what happened was, I had no idea who I was controlling. Yeah, it said center fielder, but you're not really thinking about that. So that cost me a perfect game, but at least I got the double out.
Second baseman. Out.
And I'm still looking for that second run.
Shortstop. Out. Second baseman. Out.
And
Second
you're...
baseman.
Nope.
Out.
Detroit Tigers up, but both games 1 and 2 are roughly 12 minutes long. The game 3 is 13 minutes, and then not counting the end credits, game 4 is 15 minutes. Counting the credits, it's roughly 17 minutes long.
Out. Shortstop. Out.
So yeah, both games 1 and 2 are really low-scoring games, while games 3 and 4 became routes.
Left fielder.
At that point, I basically lost my patience with this game and decided, you know what, I want to wrap this up.
Shortstop. Out.
The Detroit Lions keep screwing everything up for me.
Second baseman.
So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna run the score up.
Third baseman. Out. Second baseman. Out. Shortstop.
Get another man on first. And this time I don't forget to make a steal for second, but it didn't matter. Because the guy was slow as fuck, that's why.
First baseman. Out.
So, once again,
Shortstop.
another inning goes and I don't get another run up on the board.
Shortstop. Out. Strike.
Another possibility I thought about was maybe I could do like a bonus episode in which I cover the season layout for every team in Tommy Lasorda baseball.
Ball.
But,
Shortstop. Out.
that's much easier said than done.
Shortstop. Out.
So, 2 outs, no man on
Left
base.
fielder.
And that'll be out number 3.
Out. Shortstop. And
I once again
third
miss the ball somehow.
Out. Safe.
I don't get the double outs.
Strike.
Gotta reset his position.
Third baseman. Out.
Good as a safety precaution because sometimes players get pretty bold here. And I'm getting really, really nervous here.
Out.
But that's all in the past.
Left fielder.
Okay, of course.
Shortstop. Out. Second baseman.
Alright, I think that might actually be, no, I don't know. It's 2 outs.
Safe.
I managed to steal second at the very least, so we'll see.
Second baseman.
I think this was the game. This is the second run of the game. Yeah. Things ultimately worked out for me in this regard.
Strike. Safe.
And I thought I could probably just keep this going a little while longer, but it's not gonna be meant to be. I just simply got lucky.
First baseman. Out.
And that is the last run of the game. I won game 1, 1-0. I won game 2, 2-0.
Out.
I give up runs in both games 3 and 4, but I win in epic landslide fashion in both games.
Out. Third baseman.
I think the benefit was I'm starting to. This game is basically when how the Detroit Tigers actually play, how their CPU functions. Things start sort of clicking together by this point. I still haven't been able to grasp their tactics yet, and I just get these long strokes of bad luck.
Left fielder. Out.
But
Second baseman. Out.
does that fidget around? But I start
Third baseman.
figuring things out. Kind of funny that the shutouts are both low-scoring games, while the teams where the Tigers got on the board were high-scoring routes.
Strike. Out.
First, my guy was too slow to make it to second.
Center fielder. Out.
Either that or I was not close enough to second to make stealing it possible.
Third baseman. Out. First baseman. Out. Second baseman. Out.
So we are staring down the very end of the game right this second.
Third baseman. Out.
Final score is 2-0 Dodgers, and I'm about to put a new save state. Here it is. Save state number 3 for game number 3. And our first big route of the World Series.
Second baseman.
And I respond by immediately getting a man on first, which is a good sign. And I steal second effortlessly.
Second baseman.
And yeah, not only do I get on the board right away, I make it all the way to third base with my second guy. So far so good.
Second baseman. Out.
So I got my first up, but I'm up 2-0. So my worries actually.
Third baseman. Out.
They actually lift off they basically dissipate at this point. So long as the Tigers don't screw me over.
Shortstop.
Which actually started to happen quite a bit. There was actually a run that I had to start all over from the very beginning. Because I was up 3-0, and just like that, they took at the top of the first, and just like that, they immediately took the lead in the first inning.
First baseman. Out.
Because they kept hitting home runs.
Ball.
It actually sort of happens to me as well, especially in Game 4. And this guy's being an asshole.
Strike.
Because almost all of his pitches are in the strike zone. So I barely made that, but yeah. 4 wild pitches just to waste my time.
Shortstop. Out. Right fielder. Out.
And yeah.
Center fielder. Out.
I'm basically trying to
Third baseman.
read the situation there.
Out. Ball.
Enough with the wild pitching, alright?
Ball. First baseman. Out. First baseman. Safe.
Yeah. What happened was it only crossed the foul line is not just the entire line along the dime. It's only within the infield. The foul lines, the left and right field lines, only exist within the field line, within the infield itself. Once you pass that big circular line behind second base, you know, that curvature, that is the foul line. I thought about, you know, going into speedrun mode, but then I realized that this team just keeps pissing me off. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try to milk this for all it's worth.
Fielder. Out.
I think what happened was the right key on my keyboard got stuck, so my pitcher just kept moving to the right, so...
First baseman. Out.
By the way, both games I had perfect seasons that just went up in smoke when the opposing CPU hit a home run. Both times. Well, never mind.
baseman.
And I'm not paying any attention.
Ball.
Okay, so I'm not paying attention, but apparently I'm not kidding when I say that.
Out.
In actuality, I'm not paying attention while doing the live recording. I'm saying that the reason for this was because I was watching something while playing this game, so my attention is diverted. I usually do that.
Out.
The only time I'm committing 100%
Strike.
is when I'm providing the narrations for
Third baseman.
the commentary for my video playthrough.
Shortstop. Out. Shortstop. Out.
So far everything's pretty on me. I'm holding on to a perfect game, and I'm up 5-0. At this point, I'm pretty much good in terms of points, so I go into speedrun mode. Or at least I feel good, like I'm in good condition.
Out.
So I make a beeline for speedrun mode.
Second baseman. Out. First baseman. Out.
Pre-automated?
Left fielder.
And there it is.
Center fielder.
Right side, they do not score again. I shot the Tigers the whole rest of the way, and the rest is history. At least for the rest of the game.
Right fielder. Out.
I think the most frustrating thing is I have yet to hit a home run in the World Series.
First baseman. Foul.
And yet the Tigers just got their first one. But don't worry, all of that will be fixed up in the next game.
Ball.
And at this I was like, come on.
Strike.
I hate this pitcher.
Out.
Probably would have been faster just to take the strike.
Second baseman. Out. Third baseman. Out.
So yeah, I pressed down and C too quickly. Now, when I say down and C, I mean the Genesis style control scheme, not as it was mapped up on my keyboard. The Genesis A button is mapped to my Z button, B is mapped to X, and C is mapped to C. The D-pad is mapped to the arrow keys, and enters pause is pause game, and the space bar is pause emulator.
Second baseman. Out. Shortstop. Out. Third baseman. Out. First baseman. Out. Left fielder.
And, yeah, everything's pretty automated. I don't really have a whole lot to say here. Up 6-1.
Second baseman. Out. Second baseman. Out. Right fielder.
And, yeah, it's pretty automated. Even if...
Third
It's not
baseman.
funny. Once the scoring stops, the game gets really, really boring.
Second baseman. Out.
So there really isn't a whole lot to say.
Third baseman.
Honestly, whether or not I return to sports games after this is ultimately gonna depend on the passage of time.
Shortstop.
I actually need to get an audience first. I have to be able to decide if it's worth playing these older sports games or not. I honestly have to think if continuing on with these older Genesis games would be worth it. Keep in mind, all the comments and all the traffic on my channel is for Final Fantasy VI. It's not for my Genesis games.
Left fielder.
I keep saying, you know, 100 subscribers, I'll revive it, but, Common Sense is telling me I should probably revive it anyways. It's the only video where, okay, I don't know what is going on here. Why I'm taking so, I think what happened was I was doing something else, I forgot to pause the emulator.
Right fielder.
So I have no idea what that long-ass pause was about, but, I digress. Here's the end of the third save state, here's the start of the fourth and final one. This is it, the final game of the World Series, and the final game of Lasorda Baseball. And I got so fed up at this point, I decided I was going to get all of my excess points right away. I wasn't going to be satisfied until I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I wasn't going to lose this.
Third baseman.
At this point, it seems like the Tigers decided they'd seen enough with their old pitcher and decided to pitch someone else, have someone else up as pitcher. Somebody who likes to throw backhanded. And I take full advantage of that. You go up 2-0 with 0 outs.
Right fielder.
And I get a double. Wow. So I'm immediately up 4-0. Even so, I remembered one series coming to an abrupt end because I was up 3-0 at the top of the first, only to completely lose that lead right away, well, again, in the first inning.
Strike.
So, I was not going to be satisfied until I had them buried underground.
Out. Ball.
So, I'm up 4-0, but I don't mean I'm safe.
Left fielder.
And I immediately get another
Out.
Nope, I don't get home run. I think that happens a bit later.
Third baseman. Safe.
Get him on first, and a rare, which is kind of rare. It means he's really fast. And motion steals. Yeah. And I almost screwed myself over by swinging at the thing, but at least I missed.
Second baseman.
And I make a beeline for home, and I'm up 5-0. So you would probably think, based off of that, now I'm good to go.
Right. Safe.
But 5-0 in the first inning, that's freaking insane.
Third baseman. Out.
But no, I was content to keep this going for as long as humanly possible,
Second baseman.
if need be, because the CPU in this game just kept screwing me over. I decided I had enough with my previous pitcher, so I decided
Out.
to plug him in. And this guy makes a beeline for second base anyway, so...
Second baseman. Out. Third baseman. Out.
I could have thrown it to first, but I digress.
Strike.
But even then, I was not satisfied because this Tigers team just kept pissing me off.
Second baseman. Out.
Even though I don't get anything more going in the second inning, I at least, scratch that, I get a home run. So it took me a while, but I got my second home run of the series. And I'm about to get another one. And another one.
Second
And
baseman.
another one.
Out. Left fielder.
See? Basically, I'm recreating the tango scene from Baseball Bugs.
Out.
But I decided that 7 runs should be enough, and I basically go into speedrunning mode. Well, the game doesn't appear to think so.
Strike.
But we'll get to that when we get to that.
Right fielder. Out.
Try to run towards it.
Second baseman. Out. Left fielder.
And, yep, that's an automatic out. So for the rest of the game, I basically go into speedrun mode, but get 2 additional runs off of sheer dumb luck. And the CPU decided to take stupid pills at this point for no particular reason.
Out.
Not as stupid as the pills the Pittsburgh Pirates took when they basically allowed
First baseman. Out.
additional runs and even completely blew a chance to get a guy heading to first out. All he had to do was step on the plate. But instead he decided to chase him towards home, throw the ball to the catcher on home plate, who then fumbles it while the other guy makes it to home. They completely forget about the guy who was just up to bat, and he steals first because nobody was guarding first base. So the guy at second base had to run up. He flooded the pitch to him, and he has to then throw it to the shortstop, and that kept the guy from going further and further.
Out.
There's an entire year entry video about that.
Out.
It's basically an exercise of utter ineptitude I have not seen
Shortstop.
in a baseball game since the butt fumble.
Ball.
And I definitely remember the butt fumble.
Ball.
I even remember where I was. Actually, it was Thanksgiving 2012, so of course I would remember where I was. I was at home with my family.
Third baseman.
And,
Out.
yeah, still going into speedrun mode.
Third baseman. Out.
Yeah, that actually happened twice, and entirely by accident. Yeah, I must have pressed pause by accident. And that's another home run. I'm not RNGing these home runs. They just sort of happen. They either happen or they don't. I could have just tasked the entire World Series to ensure my victory, but that's boring.
Out. Shortstop. Out.
So I don't really know what else to say, really.
Baseman. Out.
So I'm up 8-0. Eventually,
Out.
eventually the Tigers are also going to get on the scoreboard, but it's not going to matter.
Second baseman.
And yeah, I basically figured. I'm saying that like I'm in the pitching mound, but I'm not. I'm at bat.
First baseman. Out.
I'm just trying to get through this game as quickly as possible.
Second baseman. Out. First baseman. Out. Strike.
So what else do I have to say?
Second baseman. Out. Second baseman. Out. Ball. Second baseman. Out.
Really not a whole lot, really. There's only 6 more minutes of this game, and
Second baseman.
we're still due one more garbage home run, plus one more home run as a pity point for the Tigers. I basically unleashed upon
Left fielder.
this team my full wrath in the first 2 innings. I was not satisfied until I knew I had the game won.
Second baseman.
It was just trying to go through the motions to get this game over and done with, and I happened to get some additional scoring here and there. And here's a pity point for the Tigers. Again, I should emphasize there's roughly 3 minutes left of this game and 5 minutes left of this video in general.
Shortstop. Out.
So, yeah.
Third baseman.
No, I think I just made it safely to third base and decided to just keep him on.
Third baseman. Foul.
Figure might as well. You know, this video is already.
Shortstop.
I mean, game 4 is already pretty long. What's it to do to get another run out of it? So I basically went with another garbage home run, and I was content.
Shortstop. Out. Second baseman. Out. Center
I'm
field.
losing so much more say.
Out.
You know what? Who knows? If I can't come up with interesting things to say about playing a freaking sports game, doing a let's play or a perfect playthrough of a sports game, I don't really know what else.
Third baseman.
What other reasons to do more of these? Well, I have to think about it.
Third baseman.
Again, I am grinding on Super Hang-On as we speak. But I'm gonna need to take some. I'm probably gonna take a little insy bitsy bit of a break before I figure out the next course of action.
Shortstop. Out.
Okay, we're down to the bottom of the 9th, so I only need 3 more outs and I win the World Series.
Out.
I've beaten the game. 37-0 says it all.
Shortstop. Out.
2 outs. 1 more out till New Year.
First baseman. Out.
And it's a new dawn. 9-1 is the final score. The Los Angeles won the championship. Oh, you press pause. You press start to get out of the screen. Fortunately, none of the buttons skip the credits other than the reset button on the console. So, that's it. I've done everything this game has to offer. There's nothing more to do. I hypothetically could just map out the entire regular seasons for each and every team if I decide to do a bonus episode. But I'm probably gonna take a bit of a break from recording YouTube videos. This is gonna be a pretty busy weekend anyways. It's Memorial Day and pools are reopening. Additionally, some places out there are, something I've noticed is that there are some places that are, I don't want to say anything, but they are much more free than the powers that be want them to be. And you know what? I'm all for it. Let people decide on the course of actions of how they want to do things. So, I'll see you again for my 7th perfect playthrough. Hopefully, I will have something out by next Tuesday, but until then, this is Mike Gordon, signing out.